Welcome to Creative Spaces Podcast with Guy Zwick, Chief Creative Officer of Highway 85 Creative. In each episode, we will discuss creative ways to define your space and build your brand.
So welcome to another edition of the Highway 85 Creative Spaces Podcast. I'm sat across the table from Guy Zwick, the Chief Creative himself, and we have a special guest today, Sean Green, President of the new spinoff, BuyDirectGraphics.com. Welcome, Sean.
Hello. Thank you.
And Guy, give me a quick little introduction to Sean, because you guys go way back. You guys started together in this business. Give me a little piece about Sean.
Sean is a rock here at Highway 85. He was the first team member that started with us back in 2006, and we've been running strong ever since. Highway 85 started with a full small graphic production department with all the machinery back in 2006, but no knowledge of how to make any of it work. We just knew we wanted to sell it. And so basically, we went and did our first SGIA show, had another person that we knew in the industry come in and help us, and we just learned it. We just worked hard and R&D'd this thing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years until we could both say that we're experts in this industry that is large format graphics.
It was quite the process.
The graphic department within Highway 85 basically supports the trade show in our corporate interior building. If you had an outside firm that did graphics, you would want to have your printers running, 24/7 and be, watching the tickers and the hours on these things. We don't really operate that way here at Highway 85 because it has been a support piece for the other things that we do.
Sure.
But starting BuyDirect is helping us internally to have more of a mindset that a real traditional only graphic house would do. That's why we started BuyDirect and calling it BuyDirect. Now, there's another benefit to this, which is we have two parts of our clientele as we've grown over the years at Highway 85 that has made us want to have two entities, BuyDirect or a Shop BuyDirect, where we can have our clients or potential new clients have a choice. They can have what we call an online choice, where they may know what they want. They may know the display or the banner stand or the graphic they need, and they want it at a very particular price point. They don't need a little bit extra what I call love or hand holding.
The whole full service treatment. A lot of people like that and want that.
Yes.
However, if you know what you want for the most part,
you can get it quick. You can get it. Quality product, fast, through a very built-in automated system that we spent the last 2 years implementing and putting in.
Okay.
That we can take artwork in, have a lot of automated things happen and get proofing back to the client, have things set up in our RIP servers, and then we're printing, producing, and delivering on a quick pace through Shop BuyDirect.
So would it be fair to say that BuyDirect Graphics leverages the same kind of professionalism and skill that Highway 85 offers, but it gives your clients who know what they want a faster, easier, probably more price-conscious way to get certain things done?
Yeah.
This spinoff grew out of a lot of customer needs. It's not like you're sitting around, hey, let's start this from scratch. You've been doing graphics and graphic production and graphic design and graphic fulfillment as it supported your interiors and exhibits for 10 years, right?
Yes, and in the last 5 years, it's become a good third of our business is just those clients calling us for graphic orders, not trade show orders, just graphic orders. And so we've had a lot of clients slowly leave the graphic houses they were using and are like, oh, we can do both here at Highway 85. And then so we needed to start to see ourselves a little differently, too, when it becoming a big part of our business.
Right.
The need was definitely growing, and it just became obvious that now is the time to branch out and kind of capitalize on that and just move forward with what we kind of had in theory discussed and talked about, but it just seemed like now is the time to make it actually happen.
Okay, that's
And it gets confusing for some of the, like a client like
Right.
Shoppers, Shopper Supplies, for example. We're doing a 30,000 square foot, retail facility for them, a store.
right.
And they would normally not be calling a trade show exhibit company
Right.
to do their store graphics. We met a few years ago. They are really confident in what we can do. And so that type of potential client or clients out there, yeah, it's a little confusing, our brand of Highway 85. So we've that's another reason to kind of divide the two, so that it just, if you're out searching for not a trade show booth or a corporate interior, which are two of their own little animals, and you just needed some banners for an event, you're not looking at a trade show company.
And that's the challenge, right? You own a business. You're an exhibit and interiors. You're you're creative spaces architect, if you will. And that's how you brand yourself. However, there are people that love the work you do and love the customer service. I'm not Googling exhibit interior design to come up with 5 graphics for my Christmas party on my windows. Whereas now, BuyDirect Graphics might have that, right? So give me an example of a client that would be a perfect client for BuyDirect Graphics.
The Shoppers I just described, Howard Air, who's got car wraps for their air conditioning company, let
Sure.
alone their interior graphics they want.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's starting to get pretty extensive, the list of clients, that it just seemed obvious to go towards more of a graphic design, graphic production house,
Right.
instead of a trade show, and that's really what we're aiming for. I mean, it can be any mom and pop small shop, it could be huge corporations and anything in between, and we're more than capable of handling that.
And then what we talked about, it's going to have its own website and its own brand, and it's going to have the equity by directgraphics.com.
Yeah, we're going to tailor pretty much the entire site to specific companies that are requesting it. So it'll be their branding guidelines, their specific banner stand units that they're interested in purchasing, their banners that, it's already tailored to
It's almost like
exactly how they
customizing
want
their own store.
it. A lot of these larger companies, they can have 100 people purchasing graphics at any given point in time. So we're really trying to give them just an easy central location to keep everything in check and make it so that everybody's going to one place. They're buying from one company instead of 20 different companies throughout the country. And just
Exactly. So the HR department who's ordering something for a little, or a career fair that they're attending, and they're using somebody, and then the marketing department's using somebody, and then there's the facility management people using somebody, and then the corporate or the companies have troubles, keeping track of these dollars, keeping track of, are they getting a good deal or not a good deal? Or
And talking
the
to
quality
each
or
other.
the of the end product coming over equal, is the branding guidelines being followed. So I think this applies to our medium and small companies too, but some of our bigger clients are trying to control those things. So we're responding to them, and I think it's still going to be a benefit for all the medium and small businesses we have too, to take advantage of this, where they can go on at 10 o'clock at night if they, whenever.
Right.
And they know they need to get this thing done. They don't have to have one of, us here to be speaking to them.
Sure.
They order it. When they deliver it, they send the freaking artwork. And next thing you know, this thing is all in process, and they did it in a blink of an eye without multiple emails going back, invoices
nice.
happening, all this work going on. And yes, we're simplifying.
So it's on them to upload the design, though.
It can be. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they have options. They have
Okay.
options to do that, but
And on top of that, we have experience with their company and their main branding guidelines. So something as simple as a Pantone red for something like Honeywell, the average person might not know that, but we'll know that, and we can correct that on our end to make sure that everything's exactly hitting corporate standards all the way down the line.
That's really good. So I can see now why you guys are excited about it. So if you're setting up an interface so that anybody in the company who has to produce anything that's physically a graphic design output can, if they know what they want, they can just go online to their little shop window and order it.
yes, and it brings continuity to your programs.
And
Whether it's your trade show, whether it's,
And you're not working with someone who's brand new, like Sean just mentioned. You have full confidence that the company producing this is aware of your branding guidelines, is aware of how to treat the logo, is aware of what your colors are and your tertiary colors are. So it's a good thing. So you have the confidence that this company knows how to produce what they're going to produce, and then the efficiency of just pressing a button, right? It's all web ordered for the most part.
This podcast is about defining spaces. So in this case, what I would say is we're defining spaces once again in a different manner for certain people, which is bringing continuity, consistency, speed, and things that on the items that we're talking about are important to them. So we're trying to address that. And there's a benefit to us on our side too. We're going to have some ordering online compared to just coming to Highway 85 and doing it maybe the way it was done on, let's say, a banner stand by the HR department. We're going to have less billing because you're going to pay there, or there's already going to be pre-billing settings in there for the companies, or if you're ordering it on our BuyDirect,
right,
you're going to pay ahead of time. So we're going to eliminate all that going back and waiting, and that's how we're going to, one, give you a better deal. Two, you uploading your own artwork and already choosing what you need and getting quantities alleviate some of the go back and forth, allowing us to give you a better price point.
Right.
Doesn't change the quality of the product coming over. If anything, now we've almost tried to eliminate some of the other hiccups because everything is going to be done on that online interface right from the get-go. And then, boom, you're going to have your order in 3 days.
So there's still going to be some, obviously, there's some areas of overlap, of course, but I like that. So, and then the roster of products you have must be a lot of things you offer, right?
There is, and we wanted it to be approachable for a new company that has no experience with Highway 85 or BuyDirect, so it's a pretty straightforward interface. It's easy to kind of browse around, find what you're looking for. If you don't even know what you're looking for, you can kind of discover options on there. And it's something that we're growing on and adding on constantly, and it's ever evolving. But as we start to get it more evolved and dialed in, it's just going to be pretty much anything you can imagine you can find on there quickly, easily, and painlessly.
We're going to have to bring Sean back onto the show, and maybe a few months down the line, and kind of get an update on how things are going, because that's exciting. I support a couple clients, they're larger corporations, and sometimes the left side doesn't talk to the right side. An HR person in, say, the UK who has to put some posters together for a job fair, they don't have anybody locally that they're working with, and they might use the design firm in the States, but the design firm in the States is working on a huge event or a big sales kickoff. So it's a way for a company to make sure that they have a team of people at their disposal that are going to be brand conscious and can fulfill what they want quickly and cost effectively. So it's an online shop customized for them. That's really cool. And of course, we are gonna have you back on, Sean, to talk about how things are going, because you're gonna have, it's new, and so you're gonna have some things, some challenges that you're probably not aware of, but once you get through them, it's going to be made better. But the bottom line is, this makes your relationships with your current customers stronger, because now they have another solution right at their fingertips. Like you said, if I'm a marketing manager, it's 10 o'clock at night and I got to get something ready, I go online, I order my piece of stuff, and I can get it in 48 hours or whatever your time limits are. So
I just would encourage people to check it out. We've got BuyDirect Graphics has kind of an overview of everything that we offer, and some of the past examples of graphic work that we've done. And if you check out shop.BuyDirect Graphics, you get every object we're selling at the moment. So we're ready for you.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks very much. I'm excited to see you guys grow. And thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for coming, Sean.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
I'm sorry you had to sit so close to...
knock out all that project, all that work we have to get done.
All right. Have a good one. Take it easy.
Thank you for listening to Creative Spaces Podcast. For more information about Highway 85 Creative, visit us at highway85creative.com.